Once again, I forgot to switch it over to the right scene. Hold on. Go. Sorry about that there, folks. Welcome back to another Conceptis portion of the stream. I'm your host, Stranger Jim, and today we're going to continue with the puzzles that we've done, or well, well, we've already done quite a few of them. We still got a few more left to finish off down here in the number logic puzzles. And then we may get to the other picture logic puzzles that, I don't, normally go towards, but, you know, um, but the difficulty level is going to be fairly high for those, so that might be a little difficult to do. But we'll see what we can do. Then after that, we will be moving on to Genshin Impact later on tonight. Continuing on with some quests, continuing on with character builds, and um, we're going to be trying to see what we can do about trying to get ourselves a lot of heroics so that I can try to level up some of my characters that I want to level up. Um, so, um, that's where everything is at. Now, if you're, um, you know, if you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that, um, I have placed a poll up on my Discord um, for the replacement for Honkai Star Rail. I've just come to the conclusion that I have not been enjoying Star Rail much lately, and with the convoluted and disjointed storylines that they've put together, um, it's just too much. They really need to get in, like maybe bring in like a different script writer or something like that, or find some way of somehow explaining it better than what they're doing. In my personal opinion, okay. Um, because right now, they're throwing in storyline, different storyline after different storyline after different storyline after different storyline, all together into one, you know, pot of just mess. And I'm not really enjoying it whatsoever. So, um, I might have enjoyed it okay if it was like maybe just the main storyline of it, but it's not. And they're branching off into um, other storylines that have no real, well, can't really say that it's no real connection to the main storyline, but in some ways it still is connected to the main storyline because it still has the remnants of the history of it and stuff like that. So it's a mess. They really need to do like some way of trying to clean it up because I don't think it's really working out the way they want it to. Um, and they've kind of gotten rid of, or they've added a character that pretty much nullifies the need to do um, turn-based combat with enemies. You can just pretty much one-shot them and they're gone. So it's like, okay, there went your turn-based system. So, um, so yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay. Um, I don't know what the heck they're doing with it. To be honest, it feels like they are taking a um, it's like they asked every single employee that they had at their office what they would like to include in a game, and they threw it into one single game. And let's face it, that's not great. Okay, because a lot of people have very different ideas at times, and those different ideas can turn into a jumbled mess if not prepared correctly. The idea of too many cooks in the kitchen, well, I feel like there's way too many cooks in the kitchen for Star Railroad at the moment. So, um, and to be honest, I don't know if it's really going to get any better. Um, because I don't know how they would be able to fix it. They would have to basically like wipe the slate clean and try to rebuild everything from scratch, pretty much. Um, using storylines that they've already kind of built a little bit. Throw out certain mechanics that are just god awful, and then um, you know um, try to streamline the storylines that they do have and finish off those storylines that they do have. And explain all the different factions a little bit better than what they are. So, um, like having a little bit of mystery, that's fine. You know, um, you know, having a little bit of mystery is perfectly reasonable. But when you have so many different like organizations and factions and stuff like that are all a mystery, it's like okay, and you're introducing me to them all at the same time. Congratulations, you are confusing the hell out of me. so, so yeah, I've had enough of it. I'm gonna move on to another game. So, poll is up. So go and vote, and we'll see. Again, if I have a desire to play a game, over everybody's others, like, okay, keep in mind, okay, um, I put games on the poll that I don't mind necessarily playing again, okay, but at the same time, I still have veto power. so, so while, I put up the poll to see, what people would like to watch. But if there's too many people, or if there's a strong desire that I have to play a game, then I still might play it. um, I'm not gonna say that it uh, it holds all the cards, but it gives me an idea of what people want to watch, and sometimes it's right in line with what I want to do anyway. So yeah, you never know. All right, but let's go ahead and get into our three number logic puzzles, and then we'll move on to at least Fill-a-Pix for tonight. So we'll see. So let's go with the Slither link right now. Okay, easy puzzle, no problem there. Let's go ahead and start that up and make it viewable for everyone. And there we go. Okay. Yeah, we got all these. That's pretty easy to do. We got this. And we got that. And we got that. Okay. So far, pretty nice start. That. Let's see. We got these. Got that. Okay, so doing pretty good so far. Okay, I can't do this way because then I would have to force it over here, which would make a circle. So that's not going to work. So it would have to go down. So, which makes this pretty much a dead end, which makes me go right up here. And now we can do that. And we can finish it off like so. Alright. Can't do there because that blocks off the one, so we'll have to do that. There's that, okay. We have this and this. We can do that as well, which means we have that going. Okay, we have this here, and that requires, you know, a bar there, so that means we need one there as well. Got that. We need that, so that gets extended out like so. Gotcha. Okay, this goes up like that. Hmm. Okay. Now it gets blocked off, and then we have this. There we go. Now if I close this off, then that leaves this one with nothing. So I would have to do that. And we need that there. And this goes down there. Okay. And we got nothing there, which makes this kind of extend out like this. Okay. Hmm. Okay. We can't do that and that. And we can't do connecting there. So really, oh, but we can still have this, this, and this. And that would still work. Hmm. Okay, we'll have to hold off on that for right now. Hmm. Okay, we need one there. This goes out like that, which means we need to connect there. If I push this all the way across, then that means I would need to connect these two, which doesn't work. So, and if I push this one here and there, obviously that blocks off this one. So, I'm going to assume that I need to do something like that. means we need to do that and connect there. Okay. That causes a problem there because we need to connect like that, and then there's that. Then we do something like this. There we go. Okay. Wait. No wrong links. Okay. Then it had to be this and that. There's no other way for it to have worked. So, here we go. All done. Okay. Now, next puzzle. We will go with the Tic-Tac-Logic. Another easy one. Okay. And make it visible for everybody to see. There we go. And then we got that, that, and that. Let's see, anything else? I got that, I guess. Hmm. Got that. Hmm. Okay, can't put two here, so we need one there. So there's all the circles left. And an X there for the double. Can't do two there, so we need to put one there, which means circle and then X. There's another circle. X there and circle there. Two X's there won't work, so put one there. Two circles here won't work, so we need to put a circle there, which means X there, circle there, circle there. Okay. There's another X there, need to be done. There's a circle in between, and two X's left. Okay. We got a circle there, circle there. Okay, two X's here won't work, so we need to put a circle X there, which I mean works because there was two circles there too. So two circles here won't work, so we need to put a circle there, X, circle, and X. Okay, there's a circle there, X there, circle there, and circle and X. There we go. All done. Easy peasy. Moving on. All right. Last but not least, we got the Hashi puzzle. So let me go ahead and get that ready for everybody. A medium puzzle. Okay, so this one's going to be a little rough, a little tough, but we'll see what we can do. We got the Hashi. There we go. All right. So, let's start off with some of the easy ones, like the 5 here. We have like one on each, so that's good. I can't really do it. I can't really do anything with these other 5s, at least for now. I need to put one there at least, and then we can put connectors there. I need to put one there. Hmm. Oh, this one is going to be fairly difficult. On there. The reasoning behind why I don't want to, I need to put one here, for example, between these twos, because like if I put two there, that that doesn't connect with the rest of the puzzle, right? So at least one has to go there. So um, now, does it mean that one has to go there? No, but it just means there has to be at least one here. So hmm. Okay. If I put one here, then one way or another, I'm gonna need to at least put one there and one there. You know. Now it could be that this four has two on both sides, kind of thing, but you never know. It could be two, one, and one, or something along those lines. Don't really know. I'm not 100% sure on that. So um, we have one there, so that means that I need to have at least one there, which means this four has doubles here. So that's helpful. That's useful. Okay, this two has just that. Gotcha. Hmm. Okay, well, we got one there. Hmm. Okay, we got one and two there. Gotcha. Okay, well, we got two and then one, so that helps out. Makes things a little bit easier to kind of try to manage. Need one there. Hmm. Not quite sure. Okay, I can't do two here. So that means I need to have at least one going up that way, and then of course the one that way. So there's that. Um, Now I could do two there, and that might work. Or I could do one there and one there. But either way, I need at least one here. There's no question about it. So I just don't know if it needs both of them there or not. So not sure. But that means these two have to go like that. We have the one, two that will go like that. That two needs that. And we're pretty much done there. So let's look at any other options that we got. Hmm. Ooh, I don't know. Okay. So I know that this two here can't have a connecting line to here and here, you know, for it to kind of work. And obviously, I can't put double on either one of these two lines, right? So, and I can't have, one line here and one line there because, where's this two going to go, right? So that means that there has to be at least one line going this way. At least one line. Could be both, but at least one. So that means that this three will connect like so. Um, hmm. Okay. I have three left for the five, right? Because two is already taken. But here's the thing. We have only one that can go this way. We have only one that goes this way. So I need to at least put one there. So, um, I mean, there's that. That doesn't necessarily help me out too much, but it's, just a little bit more. So, hmm, hmm. Okay, if I do one there and one there, that means I have three left for these two. So I need to at least do one and one. It's just how it is. So, um, you know, I don't know whether or not, where the like if I do doubles here, I'm gonna have at least one going off, either towards the two or towards the three. But I don't know, it could be both. Not sure. But I know that I need at least ones for both of those. I need to send a line out that way. Hmm. Oh, okay. This line is, blocked off. So that means this three has to go out to there. Which means I can't do anything more with, this connection over here. So that means I can connect there, and we're perfectly fine with that. So, all right, so we need it connected there. We need it connected there. This two is done. That two is done. Which means we need to have it connected there. Which means this three is connected there. Which means we double those up. This two is connected there. 3, 2, and 4. This 2 is done. This 4 is done. This 5 is done. 3 needs those. We need at least one there. 4 is done. 2 is done. 3 is done. And I need to do connected there and a connected there to make it all. No, I need to make everything connected. Otherwise, I would have had to have done a double line here, which would have basically screwed over the 4. So that wouldn't have been a good idea. That wouldn't have worked. So, okay, puzzle's done. Hashi is done. Okay, so all the logic puzzles that I want to do are pretty much done and over with. Now, I've already kind of explained my reasoning behind, no Sudoku or Kuroku, or Kuro. I mean, I guess I could probably show you guys, this puzzle if it's easy enough. Yeah. Um, let's see. Do I even have the window up or available for that? Or do I have, um, no, I don't know. No, I do not. Okay. Then we will, um, get a window capture going for a Conceptis Kakuro. And that's fine. And then we need to kind of make that full screen there. So stretch screen. There we go. All right. So I haven't shown this before, on my puzzle solving so far with the Conceptus. But the reason why I haven't really done it before is that I tend to do a lot of pencil marks with this one, and it just takes a long time just trying to build the pencil marks to make it work properly, and you know, um, you know, they say that it's easy, but the fact that I have to, I typically write a lot of pencil marks in and stuff like that makes it take a long time to, you know, take care of everything, right? So, um, now, um, now what I'm gonna need to do is, um, some of these are, fairly easy to kind of understand. Like, we had the 1 plus 3, okay? That applies to these boxes here. One either here, or three, here and here to make up this four. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This 26 doesn't have one at all. You look at that, you look down at the very bottom of the page there, and you see no ones in those formulas given, right? So already I know that a 3 has to be here, and a 1 has to be there. So, we have 8 and 9. Problem is that I don't know where the 8 and 9 will be, so I have to kind of, pencil these in. It could be either one of these two and still work with the formulas given. Same problem with this, although there's no 1 here, so it has to be 2 and 1. And then, of course, we got the 9 there, which, should have canceled out this 9 and the pencil in, but it doesn't. And that's another irritation that I have with this kind of thing. It doesn't make things a little bit easier for me when it doesn't necessarily cancel out the pencil marks, but not much I can really do about that. So there's the 8, there's the 9, and we're done. At least with that one. 12, we need a 2 here to finish that one off. And then, of course, we got the 3, 8, and 9. All that's missing is the 6. So we put that right there. And we're done with that one. We have the 1, 2, and 6. That means we're just missing the 3. So there's that. But there's a couple of combinations of a 3 here, for this vertical. So we have the 7 and 9 possible on those two. There's no 9 here, so we have to just go with the 7 and then the 9 there. So 3, 7, it's missing the 1, so 1 is right there. We have the 7 and 8 left on this vertical. But you can see there's no 8 here, so So it has to be the 7. There's the 8. So we got a 9 there. We don't know what else is missing here for the time being. So, and this one has two, mathematical properties that have 1 and 8 in them. So we're having a hard time trying to answer that one. Too many combinations here, or at this moment in time for that one. So, and too many 9s here for this one. So right now I'm already kind of at an impasse on what I can do with just what we've done so far here. So I'm gonna have to move on to another area to try to hopefully solve. So we got 8 and 9 here, and we got 7 and 9 there. So that means the common denominator there is the 9. So we got 7 here, and we got the 8 there. So we got the 7, 8, and 9, which means we have the 7 taken care of. We got the 8 taken care of for this one. That means all that's left is the 9. So that means we have an 8 there. Too many different combinations there, and way too many combinations here, although well, technically we only have one combination, which is the 1, 2, and 4, because we have the 8 and 9 done, and there's no other combinations with the 8 plus 9, together, except for that first one, the 2 plus, the 1 plus 2 plus 4. So I know, 1's here, 2's, well, 1, 2, and 4 could be here, but we don't have 1 and 2 here, so I know 4 has to be there. 1 and 2 is all that's left, but there's no 1 in this column, so that means we have to have 2 there, and there's the 1. So we got that solved. Too many 1s, so don't really know. We have the 7, 8, and 9, which means 7 and 9 are here, but again, don't really know which ones to place, there and there right at the moment. Could be 7, 8, and 9 for this one, for this right here, so we don't really know. 7, 8, and 9, and now we're pretty much at the point where I'm gonna have to start like penciling in everything here because I don't really know. So, all right, so we got 7 and 9. Yeah, 7, 8, and 9, and then of course we got 7 and 9 here as well because the 8's gone. So that means that, well, the only option left here is for the 8. So that means we have the 7 and 9 left here. We have the, the 6, 7, 9 on this row. And then we got 7, 8, 9. So technically this 6 can't be there, which means we have to put an 8 there. So, which means 2 has to be there. So that's good. We have the 1 and 2, which could be either 6 and 9 or 7 and 8. Can be the 7 and 8 because there's no 8s left here, so it has to be the 6 and 9. There's no 6 here, so it has to be the 9, and the 6 has to be there. And so that's done. 7 is left there. That means there's a 9 there, 7's there, and 9 is here. Again, 1, 8, 9, I have, 2 options there, so don't really know, this could be 3 and 7 or, 4 and 6. Don't really know. So let's look at something else here. So we got, 8 and 9 and 7 and 9. So there's the 9 there, which means we need the 8 and we need the 7. So that means we have the 6 and 9 here. Well, we need the 9 there. And there's the 7. So that means we needed 6 there, which means we need the 8 here. And 8 and 5 makes the 13. And we have the 5 and 7, which leaves the 9, which means we have just the 7 left here. And 7, 9 leaves just the 4 here. And then that leaves the 6 there. Okay, which means we have the 1, 2, and 3 left going down here. All right. Now this one doesn't have the 1, so it has to have the 3 here. So here's the 1. Cancels out that 1 there. And then we have the 8 here. There's only one 8, which is the 1, 3, 8. So that means that we need to have a 3 there and the 1, 8, 1 there. So that means we need a 2 here, we need the 3 there, and then we have the 1 there. So 1, 2, 3 is done, but that leaves 4 and 8 for this one, so I don't really know. We have the 2 and 4. You know what? Let me just start penciling these in because once again I don't I don't know what values are going where. At least not yet. Don't really know about this one yet. Two different formulas, so okay, this one is 1, 2, 3, and 4, but 1 is taken up for all 3 of these because of those, so that means all that's left is the 1 down there, which means there's a 5, which too many combinations right at this moment in time. We got the 1, 2, and 3. That means all that's left here is the 4, which means we have the 2 there and the 3 there, which means we have the 2 here and the 4 there. Which means we have the 2, 4, and 5, which leaves the 8. And we're done. So while the puzzle was deemed easy, it took me close to 13 minutes to finish it all. So that's why it's um that's why it's not as um if they had a little bit more on handling like pencil cleanup and the like, then it probably would be a little bit easier for me. Or like maybe allow for me to basically say, okay, this is the only formula that can be available. Please put in all the pencil marks on that row or on that column or something like that. Or, something that might speed up the process a little bit more so that I can easily see the pencil marks. Or, I can have the pencil marks disappear or appear quickly and I don't necessarily need to worry about it. But they haven't done that, so I mean, I could probably put in feedback for them, but I mean, it's their website. They can do whatever the hell they want to, right? Um, but maybe if they see it, maybe they'll you know modify it in some way if they can. Might be a little might be a little rough for them to try to rebuild the puzzle or recode the puzzle, and um, you know, and not if, like, break the other, thousands of puzzles that they've already kind of produced. So I can understand them basically saying, nah, we're not gonna do that. So I get it, you know. Um, but yeah, that's the that's the Kakuro puzzle. Not exactly one that I'm, that much of a fan of. I mean, it's still a numbered logic puzzle, and it can be a brain tease, but at the same time, um, you know, I have to use a lot of pencil marks to kind of be able to see, um, like they don't necessarily help me out with, like, hiding certain, equation combinations that I've already deemed irrelevant, for example. So that's why it's like, not not exactly one of the best puzzles, you know. So, all right, we'll go ahead and finish off the Fill-a-Pix, and then we'll probably call it there, because the other puzzles are medium size. Um, so let's get this done. Let me show you what it's all about. So 0 is done. 0. And no other zeros or anything like that. Okay, we got 2 there. The 6 is filled in. This 3 is done. The 6 needs 1. This 4 is done. Okay, 6 needs 5 more, so it's done. This 5 is done. This 8 needs 4 remaining. The 6 is done. 7 needs 3 more. 7 needs 1 more. This 5 is done. This 5 is done. This 2 needs 1 more. This 1 is done. This 6 needs 5 more. This 7 is done. 7 needs 1 more. 7 needs 1 more. This 7 needs 4 more. This 6 is done. This 8 needs 5 more. This 5 is done. 7 needs 3 more. This 8 is done. 6 needs 1 more. 5 is done. 6 needs 1 more. This 3 is done. And there's the 1. 4 needs that. 5 is done. 6 needs 1 more. 5 needs 5 more. This 5 is done. This 4 is done. 3 needs 1 more. 6 needs 3 more. This 5 is done. 6 needs 3 more. This 4 is done. This 3 is done. 3 needs 2 more. This 4 needs 2 more. This 3 is done. This 4 needs 2 more. This 4 is done. 5 needs 1 more. This 5 is done. 6 needs 3 more. This 4 is done. This 5 needs 5 more. This 4 is done. This 7 needs 4 more. This 7 is done. This 7 needs 1 more. This 5 is done. This 7 needs 2 more. This 6 is done. This 5 needs 2 more. This 5 is done. 6 needs 2 more. 6 is done. 6 needs 2 more. The 6 needs 3 more. This 4 is done. The 6 needs 3 more. The 6 needs 5 more. This 4 is done. This 6 needs 2 more. This 5 is done. This 5 needs 1. This 5 is done. This 7 needs 1 more. This 6 is done. Three needs 2 more. That 3 can only have 1 there, so it needs the, its other one right there, which means that 4 is done. Okay, this 3 can only have 1 there, which means that's blocked off, which means this 6 needs those 2 taken care of, and we're all done there. This 5 needs 1 more. This 5 needs 1 more. We're done there. This 5 is done. This 5 is done. This 8 needs 7. 7 is done. This 4 is done. This 2 needs 1 more. That 1 is done. This 3 needs 2 more. This 2 is done. This 5 is done. 6 needs 1 more. 7 is done. 7 needs 2 more. This 5 is done. This 3 needs 1 more. 3 is done. 6 needs 1 more. And we're done. Okay. And we're all done with the puzzles that we're going to be tackling today. So that means, in our next Conceptus, we may be tackling, Block-a-Pix, which is a medium plus, or the Link-a-Pix, which is also a medium. And both of them are huge. So, that's going to be kind of a task, but, we'll save those for next time. So, but that's going to be it for today's Conceptis Puzzles. We're going to switch on over to Honkai Star Rail now. Once again, I'm not necessarily feeling the Terraria modding right at the moment, so don't worry. I'll try to push myself to get to it. It's just been it's been kind of discouraging the fact that I hadn't, I spent like 2 hours trying to find something and haven't found it. But then again, they haven't really made it easy on me either. Um, it's just kind of um, it's just kind of unfortunate that some of the documentation hasn't necessarily been very helpful along those lines. So, um, but then again, how would they know, right? How would they know, what exactly I'm looking for, right? So I get it. Um, but we're just gonna, go right into some more gameplay there, folks. So stay right there. If you're, lurking in the shadows and watching the content, um, don't stress. I shall return in just a few moments. We're gonna just go ahead and stop the recording here.